Hello, welcome to the James Linker Experience. Thank you so much for being here. Well, that's one way to stop the thing yapping all day. I think it's time to stop filming and get him to the vet, but maybe another 5 minutes of peace first.
Driving through a remote stretch of Texas desert, the filmer points out just how empty the landscape is.
Buildings, no windmills, nothing.
No towns, no buildings, barely even a power line in sight.
I'm currently driving in the middle of nowhere, Texas. There's nothing out here. There's not even power lines. No buildings, no windmills.
Then suddenly, off to the side of the highway, something bizarre comes into view.
A Prada store. What would you do without a Prada store?
A pristine Prada storefront, standing completely alone in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, no. Locked. Dead. Nope. So come earlier next time.
Luckily, I don't need any more high heels. Yeah, someone tell me why there is a Prada store in the middle of nowhere. I'm guessing you go in wanting to use the toilet and come out with your kidneys missing.
Now, I know I said, look at the rice grains on it. I know I said I don't like big wings, but like, come on. Come on. They ain't even let it finish growing yet.
Don't eat it all at once. Come on, call up the restaurant and complain. Don't be a chicken.
It's dangerous. This dropped a pill in some grease. And you telling me they calling this instant fries? Nah, I don't want no instant fries. I guess we just gonna have to stick to cutting up potatoes. And that's it. Because ain't no way you dropping melatonin pills in grease. And it's creating fries now. That's not what we about to have, ever. I advise you stay out these fast.
What in the artificial intelligence just happened? And why is that video strangely satisfying to watch?
Emails show that Ring's search for dog feature was never intended just for dogs. As you know, they had that big ad in the Super Bowl that many found creepy, and many pointed out was obviously not just for dogs. There are emails now that confirm that suspicion. Emails that 404 Media obtained from the CEO talking about how the feature was destined to be used for humans. This is by far the most innovation that we have launched in the history of Ring, and it is not only the quantity but quality. Siminoff, the CEO, wrote, "I believe that the foundation was created with Search Party for first finding dogs, but will end up becoming one of the most important pieces of tech and innovation to truly unlock the impact of our mission. You can now see a future where we are able to zero out crime in neighborhoods. Obviously, dogs don't commit crime. So many things to do to get there, but first time ever we have the chance to fully complete what we started."
Most predictable ending to a movie ever. Translated, Ring want everyone's face on file. Don't overthink it, it'll all be fine.
If you needed any more proof that frats and sororities are the biggest cults in the world, look no further because the cops just busted this frat house that was hazing its very own pledges. They literally found 56 of them blindfolded, sitting in a pitch black basement, and the body cam looks like a scene from a horror movie. The craziest part is, even though the police was trying to figure out what was going on and who was in charge of this, none of the pledges would snitch because they can get in serious trouble from the frat president. And because this whole thing went so viral and the college eventually found out, their chapter has been suspended until 2029, but honestly, that does not seem like a harsh enough punishment.
I must be old school because I thought college was about education.
James, do you want to go and sit in a basement in your underpants?
Can I just go to the library, please?
Symbolism in this runway show you're about to watch goes very deep and it may make you uncomfortable. This is by far the most controversial runway show in Paris Fashion Week this year, and just pay very close attention to every single thing that they're wearing, the things in their eyes, on their mouth, on their feet, on their hands. This video we're about to watch is going to break down every single thing that they're wearing. This show is called The 1%.
It's just that, the call out of the 1%. The first part is introduction to a bourgeois family. You meet the mothers, fathers, daughters of the family. A lot of them wearing white gloves with red palms titled guilt gloves, symbolizing that there's on their hands. Some characters even choking on the accessories symbolizing the greed, wearing shirts saying "I love power" and literally being blinded with money. Instead of handcuffs, their hands are tied with pearl necklaces. Their pursuit of beauty and youth being one thing that they can never attain. The second part represents the power of community. This is also a call out of the 1%. It also is a reference how the Métier Fécal team has been referred to since their last debut in Paris. They're constantly called a cult, which can be easily said about 1%. Also, the last part is the power of the future, where Hannah shows up in albino python cocoon skirt, the heelless skin boot morphing into her leg, showing that the 1% have access to tools of life that most of us don't. Michelle Ami walks the show as a representation of bracing the natural beauty of aging.
As appealing as the gobstopper is, I'll stick to the grey t-shirt, thanks. Well, that was crazy. I could hardly see it in the video, let alone the guy who incredibly avoided it. That driver had the reactions of a panther because that was a head-on collision waiting to happen.
Australia has trained a cluster of human brain cells living on a microchip to play Doom. Well, yeah, obviously, technically, human brain cells can already play Doom, but it's a bit more impressive than that. Scientists at Cortical Labs confirmed in a YouTube video that its CL1 biological computer, which has about 200,000 living neurons that have been grown on a microchip, is able to play Doom about as well as someone who's never touched a computer in their life.
Not about as well as you, then.
Will you shut up? The gameplay of Doom is converted into electrical stimulation patterns which are interpreted by the neurons. So if an enemy appears on one side of the screen, that side of the neurons are stimulated and, you know, pew pew. Apparently the cells are capable of basic learning and adaptation, which is vaguely unsettling, but famously scientists doing experiments like these are always ethical, so it should be fine.
Apart from the obvious question of why are scientists using human brain cells on a chip to play Doom, this just feels very wrong. But can they help me with Dark Souls? I'm stuck. Apart from the incredible camera work there, she should start filming UFOs next. Yeah, that was not the boat trip you were dreaming of.
This whole time, we've been eating bugs and nobody knew.
This is a dried parasitic insect that you eat every day. How is that possible? Well, watch closely. If I crush a small pile of these insects, scoop them up, and pour them into a vial of warm water, the water
is that Kool-Aid?
Turns a deep red.
Yo, that's how they make Kool-Aid.
This is used as a red dye under the names cochineal extract, natural red 4, E120, and carmine color.
Bro, I had all those.
Carmine color is listed in the ingredients of this candy.
Red 40 wasn't enough.
So, this candy gets its color from crushed up parasitic insects. Guess which of these products have parasitic insects in them?
All of them.
They all do.
I mean, the gunk that is in processed food is well known, and now we can add crushed up bugs to the list. But them Skittles, though. I really like the red ones. Hold on a minute.
People talk about how they believe the earth is shaped differently than what we've been told. This is probably one of the best representations I found of what they actually mean. Whenever people talk about theories involving the shape of the earth, a lot of people just assume that they are just flat earthers. But there's a big group of people that believe the earth is simply bigger than what we've been taught or what we think. According to this theory, what we think of as Antarctica isn't an ice continent at the bottom of our world, but instead circling the 6 continents that we live on, similar to what you see in this video. And if you were to make it past Antarctica, you would run into an entirely different group of land masses or continents that we have no clue even exists. It's believed that these different continents have different species and societies based in different eras of time. So for example, one group of continents may have prehistoric creatures while another group has extremely advanced civilizations. This theory also states that these other land masses are where UFOs actually come from, opposed to somewhere deep in outer space. Similar to how we use drones to observe the civilization on North Sentinel Island, UFOs are sent from these other areas to observe us. And the reason we aren't told about the existence of all this is because according to this theory, our 6 continents are owned by a small group of people. While we use paper and digital currencies amongst each other that only has value amongst our 6 continents, this group of people takes the precious metals like gold, silver, and copper and becomes extremely wealthy in the other, more advanced civilizations. And as a disclaimer, this is all for entertainment purposes only, and I'm not claiming this is backed by scientific evidence.
I have to admit, I've not heard of that theory before. I've heard of the ice wall. I mean, we have been to space, so we do know the Earth is round. But as to where the UFOs may be coming from, who knows? That is one good-looking bun. The awkward moment you open up the next one and find an eyeball. Matthew Lillard chases intruder on his property in his underwear in freezing cold weather.
Mother, what's up? What's up, mother? You're getting it. You're getting it. I'm getting closer. Mother, what's up? Mother, what's up? What's up, mother? You're getting it. You're getting it. I'm getting closer.
He's a comedy actor you see in the spoof comedy films like Scream. I think he was also Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo film. Being chased by Shaggy in his underpants in the middle of the night is a story to tell the grandkids.
That is so weird, guys. You guys see that? It's like he's saying something. It's so weird. You guys see that? It's like he's saying something.
Since when do clouds glow in the dark? Dude, it's dark outside and it's glowing!
I don't know what that is. And what is that thing there off to the side? It looks like the imprint of a plane, but it's not a plane. It was captured by a few angles, which adds validity to it, so it doesn't seem to be computer generated. Answers on a postcard for what that is, please.
He got all of his equipment confiscated after he tried being the first IRL streamer out of Antarctica. Just 1 hour after he started live streaming in Antarctica, he has his Starlink taken away and is told that he can't get it back until he leaves the continent. This Starlink is what allows him to live stream from virtually anywhere on Earth. Now, the community notes are saying that it was just the cruise ship policy that they don't allow Starlinks on board because they want you to pay for their internet or whatever, which sure is true because he was on a cruise ship at the time, but in the video you can hear him getting told that he can't get it back even when he goes on land.
Yeah, okay, it's confiscated, we will receive it on the way back. You can't use it on the land? You can't use it on the land?
This is what he saw before they took away his Starlink. Some sort of massive wall of ice with a cave entrance going into something. Antarctica is the most gate-kept landmass on the entire planet, and we occasionally get glimpses of what people who went there claim they saw. Like that time Mr. Beast, who did a whole video in Antarctica, let it slip on a live stream of what he claimed he saw there and got really nervous after.
Have you ever been to Antarctica? Yeah. Do you believe in the ice wall? Yeah, I saw the ice wall. Yeah, you saw it too. I can't say on stream. No way, but we'll talk about it later. That's great.
Antarctica is genuinely mysterious and tightly controlled. Why did they take his Starlink when he was going to the land?
There's this whistleblower, Eric J. Hecker, a former contractor for the government, claiming they're experimenting with high-tech weaponry down there.
In 2010, I was selected to go down to the South Pole Station in Antarctica for an entire year by Raytheon Polar Services as an employee of a third-party contractor for the National Science Foundation. The technology at the South Pole Station certainly can do what it is presented as its primary purposes, and unfortunately, much more. Unfortunately, when they first fired it up, that was when we had the earthquakes in Christchurch, New Zealand. There was 2 incidental shots before they were able to target it correctly. This is an earthquake-generating device as well.
This encyclopedia from 1958 that talks about a 13,000-foot-high ice dome in Antarctica. And finally, there's this speech by Admiral Richard Byrd, the OG granddaddy whistleblower of Antarctica.
Admiral Byrd, you've been to both the North Pole and the South Pole. Is there any unexplored land left on this Earth that might appeal to adventurous young Americans?
Yes, there is. But strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being. And that's beyond the pole on the other side of the South Pole from Middle America.
So is everyone just in on some massive joke, or is there something in Antarctica that they're purposely hiding from the rest of us?
Richard E. Byrd is a legendary explorer, and you have to think, if there is some kind of mystery, it's probably going to be in Antarctica. Let me know your theories on it. This has been the James Linker Experience. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.